ACT Math, test number 3, answer key part 2. Picking up where we left off. Question 17, in triangle ABC and triangle XYZ, A is X and C is Z, therefore they are similar. Length of side YZ is 3, XY is 8 as shown. Length of side CB is 14. What's the measure of side AB? So these are similar triangles. And the side between Z and X is this side here. So this side goes with this side. Across from Z is 8. So this is the 8 side here, but we're not going to call it 8 because it's not 8 long. So 3 and 14 match up. So 3 over 14 equals 8 over AB. Cross multiply and divide by 3. So we get 3AB equals 8 times 14. Divide by 3, divide by 3. And I get 37 1/3, which seems reasonable. Number 18, if a right triangle's legs of length 4 and 6, what's the length of the hypotenuse? Straight Pythagorean theorem. 4, 6, x, 4 squared plus 6 squared equals x squared. Since 4 and 6 are both divisible by 2, I know I'm going to end up with something that I'll have to reduce. So sure enough, I get x squared equals 52, x equals square root of 52. I'm going to stop there and see if they left it here. They did not. They rationalized it, which is square root of 4 times square root of 13, which is 2 root 13. Done. Factor 4x to the third plus 32. Now, this is what we call a special product. We pull the 4 out. We get x to the third plus 8. Quite frankly, I don't remember how to do this. I actually have a program on my calculator that'll do this for me. So at this point, I'm going to go back and look at answers. I know it's not this one. I know it's not this one. It's got no 4. I know it's not this one. And I know it's not this one. Sweet. Looks like it's done for me. Let's check. So let's distribute this out with the x first. X to the third minus 2x squared plus 4x, and the bottom one plus 2x squared minus 4x plus 8. Yep, that's the one. D is correct. Mary rides a bike a distance S, and Victor rides his bike half Mary's distance. Which of the following represents the total distance that Mary and Victor rode? Mary, S, Victor, half S. Together, S plus half S, common denominator, 3 halves S, which is fine. F. Which one of the following number lines represents a solution? This is a great example of where we need a little space. So since I don't really have space, I'm going to just jam it up here as best I can. 7 plus 10a minus 5a squared greater than negative 5a squared plus 12a plus 11, and cancel these on both sides. I can move the 12a over. I can move the 7 over. All the way down here I get negative 2a greater than 8. Divide by negative 2, divide by negative 2. When we divide, we have to flip it. X is less than negative, A is less than negative 4. Not equaling, so I can definitely get rid of these because they're equal. Gotta go find my negative 4. It looks like I screwed up. So let's see. Oh, that's a 7, not a 3. So this is why you gotta write clearly. 11 minus 7 is 4. 4 divided by negative 2 is negative 2. So it looks like it's right here. A is less than negative 2. I gotta erase that because I need the space. So radical 4 times blah 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 blah. I could just blast this out, but I really like to get rid of my radicals if I can. So 2 plus radical 2 minus, and I'm just going to call this root 100, even though I could have done better on that. 4 plus 2 root 2 minus 10, negative 6 plus 2 root 2, or 2 root 2 minus 6, right there. If I had some time, I would definitely check that one, make sure I did it right. In the right triangle below, side xy is root 18. What's the length of the side yz? Well, this is a 45, 45, 90, because we can see these are the same. Therefore, these angles are the same. Therefore, they have to be 45. To get backwards, I divide by root 2, which is root 9, which is 3. And then I stop to go and check. To go forward, I multiply by root 3, which is 3 root 2. And this is 3 root 2. So checking can cause you problems. Just don't forget the answer was 3. What's the value of x in the equation? So I'm going to change these to improper fractions. I'll show you why in a second. 13 over 4 plus x equals x over 2 plus 3/8. Multiplying everything by 8. Everything by 8. So over here I get 4x plus 3, and here I get 26 plus 8x. 4x equals negative 23. X equals negative 23/4. Did that a little fast. Gotta make sure I'm good with that. Yeah, it looks good. Convert, so that's 5 3/4. There it is. Another one I would check, given a little bit more time. What is the slope of the line below? Change in y over change in x. You can do it lots of different ways. Most people do this. I'm just going to look at it. From negative 2 to 4 is 6. From negative 3 to 2 is 5, and it's positive, so because it's going up to the right. But for those who want to see it, 4 minus negative 2 over 2 minus negative 3 is also 6/5. Done. I like my way better. Not dependent on some formula that may or may not work for me. A line segment, standard plane, endpoints is reflected across the x and then the y. What are the coordinates of one of the endpoints of the new line? Tricky, tricky, tricky. Negative 3, 2. Forget the 7, negative 12 for now. Reflected across the x. So down here. Negative 3, negative 2, then across the y. Still down at negative 2, 3 over. 3 negative 2 is one answer. Rats. Well, the good news is now we get to see if the other one will give us the right answer, otherwise we screwed that up. 7, negative 12 down here, reflected across the x. 7, 12. Reflected across the y. 12 over, no, 7 over. Staying 12 up. Negative 7, 12. Hey, there it is. That's a tricky problem. Not really hard, just confusing. So stay on it. In the diagram below, with the midpoint of segment RT, midpoints, just add them together. 3 plus 7 is 10 over 2. 4 plus 2 is 6 over 2. 5 comma 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Yep, looks good to me. Notice I checked it graphically, which is really the best way to do it. Two lines are parallel. You can be sure that. Slopes are inverse of each other. Nope. The y-intercepts are inverse. Nope. The slopes of the two lines are equal. Yep. And notice I keep going. The y-intercepts of the two lines are equal. Nope. Slope of one line is negative. Nope. I think they're hoping people get confused with perpendicular. which we're just way too smart for. 7 less than the product of 4 and a certain number x. 4x minus 7 equals 3. Whoops. 3 more than the product of 2 and the same number x. 3 more. 2x plus 3. That's brutal. Watch out for this less. I actually usually used to cover it, but I see it so infrequently that I don't bother anymore. 7 less doesn't mean 7 minus. This is what a lot of people will pick. No. It means 4x minus 7 equals 2x plus 3. Notice the evilness here. They flip this, which is fine. Just be aware. Area of a certain triangle with a base of 8 units is 16 square units. 8. Area is 1/2. Base times height, in this case 8 times height. The area is 16 equals 4h. The height is 4. If the length of the rectangle is twice as long as the height of the triangle, oh geez, we're mixing up things. A rectangle has an area equal to the area of the triangle. If the length of the rectangle is twice as long as the height of the triangle, what's the width of the rectangle? This would be 8. The original is 16. This is 2. And we want width 2. Very deliberately confusing problem. Area of a triangle is 12 square units and the height is 6. What's the length in the base of the triangle? Length of the base. Area of a triangle is 12. Base times height. Height is 6. Base equals 4. Check it. 4 times 6 is 24, times 1/2 is 12. Done. Measure of the inscribed angle in the circle below is 9 degrees. Circle's radius 5. What's the length of AB? Well, this is interesting. If you don't know it, then it's kind of tricky to explain it. This is a diameter, so this is going to be 5 and this is going to be 5. Inscribed angles that are 90 degrees cut off a semicircle. You just have to know it. So, what's the length of AB? 10. Notice that's not one of our answers. Circle has a radius of 5. What's the length of arc AB? Helpful if I read the question, huh? So that's 180 degrees. Pi of the arc. 2 pi r 5 times, we only want 180 degrees out of 360, which is 1/2. Gives me 5 pi. Good problem. That's it for now. Part 3 coming soon. Good luck.